It's time for a trade and get paid. Forex forecast. It's raining pips out here.
What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Giunta with Trend Trading Academy. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. And as you can see, I'm outside. It's dark. I got my light out here just trying to look like I'm out here doing a ghost story or something. Nah, I ain't doing no ghost stories. I'm out here just, chilling out. Was hanging out with the pup today. Was, getting him, trained and acclimated to his new home. To his new pack, And man, he's a dope dog, man. Real nice dog. We're thankful for him. Good family dog, and not only that, but I think he's gonna be a great protector of the pack too. So, but I'm out here on the porch. I got my gazebo out here on the in my yard, and just hanging out. It's very relaxing out here. I was gonna come inside and do some videos, but instead I just called my son and I said, hey man, bring me my laptop. So shout out to you, Joey. Always willing to help your dad out. And so I'm about to just do a little Forex forecast right here from the patio. So let's get it. Alright guys, so you already know we're looking at GBPAUD. That's what I do. And I've been looking at a lot of GU lately just because of all the different fundamentals that go into that. But right now I'm kind of back on GA just because that's where my bread and butter is at, and that's where we make our money. So I'm excited about that, and we got some really cool stuff happening. And actually, this is going to be very simple. Like, this is not really like super complicated tonight. This is actually really simple. So we're looking at GBPAUD on the 4-hour chart, and as you look at it, you can see as we ended the week, we kind of had that little pullback on the 4-hour to end the week, right? We had that, reduction, rejection, reversal, and you can check my other videos out about that up above. And, and also that's in the TTA library. That's a big thing to find entries. So that's the 3 candles you need right there, the 3 R's. Reduction, rejection, reversal. We got that perfectly. And then it pulled back. Now, here's what's interesting. When you look at what's happening on the 4-hour chart, GA, you can look here and you can see as the reversal happened up here, you had a little bit of messy stuff going on, right? You had some, kind of messy structure going on. It really wasn't super clean. But once you got that break, which was this area right here, once you got that, structure really started to clean up, right? So why is that important? Because now watch, you have, some really nice looking structure that's been happening, right? Everything's looking really nice. It's been looking really clean. And so that is very, very important. All right. So as you see the structure here, it really looks nice. It came down, and here we are right here, right? So in this area, we got the break, we got the new low, we got the pullback that was high, which was nice because that first pullback that comes up super high generally is followed by something that goes pretty shallow on the other side, right? So we had the high pullback and then the shallow extension, just like we thought we would. But here's what's interesting is, watch this. If you look as the last low in area right here, then it came up here, we closed the week right there. we closed the week right on it. And so let me get you a an actual line. Got this line right here, and you can see that as the week closed, of course, you know we use zones, we don't just use lines. You can see that as the week closed, you know, we're sitting right on that level as the week closed, right? And so that's really nice. And you can see on the VDI, the Vision Directional Indicator, if you don't have the indicator yet, you need to go and get it at on our website. You can go to trendtrading.academy, click TTA indicators at the top, or you can just go directly to the website, TTAindicators.com. That's TTA indicators with an S.com, and you can get the indicator today. So on the indicator, you see the cloud right here. This cloud shows volume. It shows volume and volatility in the market, and it also shows direction. And so as you can see, the candles are trying to pull back up to the cloud, and that's right in the area of our pullback zone. So we would expect on the 4-hour chart that this would probably push back a little bit more, kind of try to touch the cloud before probably what looks like to be another extension on some pretty clean structure, you know. Now here's what I would expect is that because we're get a shallow extension and a deep pullback, my anticipation here would be simple. Just go back to the fib, right? And you know you drop the fib the right way, and you got to put it, you know, that trend line right on where it goes. And so as you drop the fib right here, you can see that this broke and got up to the 23 for that pullback. We would expect that at some point it's going to come back to the golden zone. So, you know, pushing back up to the 38 wouldn't be uncommon, or even up to the 50, but I do expect that at some point it's going to get messy. What do I mean? The same way that we saw a little bit of messy stuff up here as the market turned, I think we're going to start to see, because of this shallower extension, we're going to start to see some messy stuff here before the market starts to head back up. Why is that? Because in order for us to understand where we're going, we got to zoom out. And if you look at this. Down, right? And then it kind of pushes out, right? Well, what do we always tell you, right? When we look at these kind of situations in the market, we will go from here to here. We got our base, it dropped, it pushed out a little bit, and probably the likelihood is that that is the breakout, and then here is the retest, right? That retest, if you can kind of see it there, in fact, let me make that white so you can see it a little bit better. That retest right there, let me make that white so you can see it bright, comes right back to the 50. Look at the 50 sitting right on the box. And so that right there tells you that we have drop, base, and then the likelihood is that we have our fake out here. First fake out is the first breakout is a fake out, and then we're expecting some down movement there. Now here's what's interesting. The pullback of the breakout here comes right to the 50. We would expect it to come fill this area right here. Now that's going to be the area that we need to look at. Is that an area of rejection for it to shoot back up, double bottom? Or is that an area for it to set a new low, and now we just continue that structure of this, right? And so either way, we're excited about it. We're okay with it, because we know that we have this pullback coming, and we also know that we have this area of being tested coming. That is almost a certainty. Now, how that's going to end up looking on the 30-minute chart, that's what's going to be interesting. Now let's open it up and watch this. When we look at that on the 30-minute chart, I want you to see here how we have that structure looking really clean. That structure looks really clean there. And so we would probably anticipate for something like this to happen on the 30-minute chart, to retest this area here before pushing back up into this area on, this is the 30-minute chart. So this is probably what we're expecting as the market closed right on the 23 and right at the pullback. So we would expect that it would come here. And why is that? Because when we open that up, I want you to see what happens when I open that up a little bit. Right? I'm sorry, it's a little sloppy there, but just be patient here. Notice how on the 30-minute, look at the VDI cloud, how we're way down here, right? And we're only opening up. And so what's going to end up happening is at some point, this is going to need to come back down and retest this cloud. It's going to need to come back down and retest because we just had the big reversal on the 30-minute chart. It was all bearish till it came here, got the breakout, and it's going to need a retest. It's going to need a retest. So if it's going to get a retest, it's going to come down probably back down to the 12-ish area, and it's going to retest that cloud. Also to kind of retest this trend line area. So the likelihood is that we're going to get a pullback here. We could even come all the way back down to retest this area here, depending on what happens with this cloud. And then we're going to get a push back to the upside to retest that golden zone. So how do we trade that? That's the big question, right? How do we trade that? So how do we trade it is very simple. We're going to, number one, we're going to look at this area right here as the week opens. That area. Why? Because that's the minor area that was retested last time. As price breaks through this area, there's your entry. Right in that area right there, you're looking for entry. There's your first scalp. There's your first little scalp / day trade right there. As price continues to push past that, we're going to move our stop loss into profit, and we're going to let it run down into this area. Now, we're not going to try to take it down to the very edge because that's not safe. So the VDI gives you some lines in here, if you can see that. It gives you some really nice structure guides. We call them structure guides. It gives you those structure guides, and that's a great area of take profit 2. So we have take profit 1, take profit 2, and at that point you should either be getting out of the trade or have completely scaled out, as far as just leaving whatever house money you want to leave in there for profit. Now, once that happens, let me get rid of those markups. Once that happens, we're going to want to trade that back to the upside, but we can't really know entry until we see exactly how far this comes down, right? And so what we want to see is pullback, understand where we're going to be somewhere in here, and then find entry as the week progresses. So the likelihood is that by Monday, Tuesday, we're going to be pushing down this way. By Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to be pushing back up and probably ending somewhere in here. So just like I said, we're going to have that zone to contend with. Once we have that zone to contend with, we'll probably get that next week. So is that a guarantee? No. We just trade, without bias. We just let the market do what the market wants to do. If the week opens and it just shoots off like that, that's fine too. We're okay with that. Why? Because as soon as it breaks this structure in here, we're great. We're golden because, now that's easy money, right? But is that likely? No, because this can't just go up forever without getting retested. So at some point, we are expecting this pullback before it goes up. All right? So that's how we understand multiple time frame analysis. Why is that important? Because remember on the 4-hour, the 4-hour had the cloud above the candles. So we're expecting it to come back up. But the 30-minute has the cloud below the candles, so we'd be expecting it to come back down. Now, how do we reconcile that? How do we reconcile that when we have two charts that don't agree? Well, it's actually super simple. What we do is we understand that the lower time frame unfolds before the higher time frame. Before a 4-hour move can be filled, it has to cycle on the 31st. So 30-minute first, 4-hour next. Very simple. We do top-down analysis, but we watch the market unfold bottom up. Remember that. We do top-down analysis, but we watch the market unfold bottom up. Before a 5-minute chart can do something, a 1-minute chart has to do something. Before a 15 can do something, a 5 has to do something. So 3, times the 5-minute chart cycles before one 15-minute candle prints. And so we watch these things happen over and over again. So before a 4-hour chart can be printed, a 4-hour candle or even a candle or a cycle can happen in the market, the 30-minute has to happen first. So we would expect, no guarantees, but we would expect 30-minute, then 4-hour. Okay. So guys, yeah, that's what we're doing this week. That's what we would expect. I hope this brought you a lot of value. If it did bring you value, and if this channel continues to bring you value, go ahead and hit that like button, comment and subscribe, click that bell, get notified every time I drop content, and comment below. Let me know if these videos are helping you out, if you really enjoy the Forex forecast. If you want to become a student and see more in depth what I do on Sunday night, number one, go watch the video from 2 weeks ago or last week or whatever it was, when I went live and showed you guys inside the class. I literally gave you live class last Sunday. And if you like that, come and be a part of TTA and get the full classes every week. On top of that, guys, just come and see all of the value that we have in TTA and how it's helping students win and trade profitably every single day. All right? So, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. All right, guys, that's your Forex forecast for this week. I hope the value from this video helps you to make big profits from the markets. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.